Yo, what it do? What it do?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
All right, everyone. We are now live. We are going to be talking in a couple minutes. Anyone on just or this is the time where we usually just kind of miscellaneous talk as the following starts piling in before we start the show. Um, anyone want to talk about anything interesting? I know we were just talking about comp.
You know what? I think the first thing we got to start off with blessings and prayers to Dev from New Wave.
That's definitely going to be a
very,
topic we're going to talk about later on as well.
yeah. Well, I just want to say that prayers to him and hoping for a speedy recovery.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've talked to Dom and I reached out to Dez on Monday. He said he's doing fine. He's at home. So Dev is doing good. It's from what I gathered, it's from a concussion that caused his situation, but that's his story to tell, right? So
yeah. Well, it's going to keep your, as especially with owners, we have guys on here who run teams and stuff like that. It's something to definitely watch your players. If something happens like that, if I know we hear about it always in tackle football, and it's serious. It's everywhere. It's not just tackle football. If you see your player who's, he wants to go back out there, but he had a real bad head injury, hey, you know what I'm saying? Make him sit down.
yeah, I mean that's one thing that we talked about with the refs. We're going to talk about the refs. So we're going to keep an eye on them in the center. We're going to try to make sure that guys are knowing to not hit the center as much. Try to be more delicate about the situation. I mean, I know across the board in tournaments it's going to happen, but at least what we can do is protect everyone here in the state while we're playing in-state ball. And if you do have one of those helmets to put on, I know I've seen Lucci out there with it before. I definitely recommend it because it is full contact. So if you're gonna get hit, you're playing center, especially, it's one of the positions on the field that you're gonna get hit the most. Definitely do recommend it. I mean, we're talking. Go ahead.
I hate it.
You hate it?
Talk to Fro. He has a nice white one. He's been wearing it out there.
Yeah. So Fro and Lucha are one of the first ones that I saw that do that, but it's just one of those things where it's like we are.
John Merriweather actually was probably the first one I saw. But like I said, we see it down in nationals all the time at different tournaments. It's something good. I know, Coach Jeff. Have you seen people wearing those helmets out there?
Yeah, I got like 6 or 7 people in the league and 2 on my team that wear them.
Yeah, so
it's a prime example.
They're worth it. They're worth it.
Who are these people? So I'm going to open up the chat now so we can start seeing some of these goofy comments as we normally do. He's Reggie saying Larry was the first one to wear it.
That's right.
At the end of the day, we definitely encourage it. Hopefully we can get, find somewhere where those are more affordable and, be able to put them out there for everyone now. So at this point, let's go to the point where we're talking about, welcome to the show, the Comish Podcast. Me, Giuseppe here. We got Jeremy Stam here. We got Manny from Death Row. We got Kareem from Death Row. We got Lucci from Dinosaurs. And we got Coach Jeff from Team 5 from DC. Welcome, everyone, to today's show. There was really no intro. We were just talking, Adrian.
Yeah, people want an intro. They want some music here.
Talking smack, holding against the teams on the field.
Why does everybody complain about refs, but when you sit there and call a ref a bitch or bad call, this and that, you get mad when it goes against?
First of all, I want to make something clear. If a fan's talking smack and it's your fan, you should get your fan in control. Your fan should not even be talking to the refs. They're there to do their job, right? So, I mean, it's up to them to be responsible. You're at a visiting facility. So it's up to you. But there's no reason why you shouldn't.
I seen someone say something about the refs, but it's like, man, you treat the ref like a grown man. I've never had issues.
Someone said you can't control fans. No, we actually can. You can't speak to the officials. You can get kicked out the venue. So we can't control them for the most part. What should we do if those fans are in the stands? Well, here's the thing. It's your team. If your fans are in the stands, tell them. Be like, yo, cut it out. It's going to cost us a penalty. this is a family environment. If they want to get rowdy, if we start having issues with fans and the refs, then they're not going to be allowed to come back to the venue. It's not that you can't control fans. It's just that you got to respect people being at our facility. That's it. We're not saying anything, but I'm just saying you get kicked. That's it. Respect our refs, respect our players, respect our facility. We paying money to be here. You're a fan. You're not paying to be here. Respect it. And I'm sure everyone can agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dino's Death Row, even Jeff. I mean, Jeremy, you too. Would you guys be pissed if your games had to be stopped because of a fan?
Yeah.
Of
When you
course.
guys are the ones paying the money?
Yeah.
If it's another
It
team,
actually
then what do you do
happened.
it?
It actually happened to me in June tournament. One of my friends was heckling the ref, and I got a penalty. So
Yeah,
it is
man.
what it.
You got to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. I mean, if you don't like them, then it is what it is. I mean, that's it. I mean, here it is. Teams are going to get penalized for their fans. You bring them to the facility. But that's just one topic right there. That's a whole other thing that can lead into something more. But that's it. Respect the refs, respect the players. Let's just go out there, have the ball. Well, no, if the refs see you trying to stop the person, then they're gonna stop the person. That's a whole nother topic. But shoot me a text. I'm more than happy to talk about you off the air. Yeah, we're adults. They should be adults too. But let's talk about our special guest here from DC, right? Coach Jeff. Let's go talk about Team Phi. You guys are coming down to play for 10K. What's that? What's up? How are you guys feeling? What are you guys excited for? I know you guys hit me up directly. You can talk with June directly.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's just we're just trying to play different competition. Like we went to Florida. We didn't get to play all the Chicago teams like we wanted to. So we trying to get that bump. I think we played in June tournament. We got to play against Dad Row and you say Vanilla Gorillas, and it was another team. But I'm trying to see like New Wave, etc. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to see more teams in that area.
Okay, so we're trying to another K take 10K tournament. Yes, look at the Facebook post. Chicago is hosting it this time. Strictly Chicago, real rules, real everything. Me, June, the Midwest Elite Showdown. Jeff is going to come out with his Team 5. We got a couple other out of state people. I mean, stop bringing these. You see Billy out
Hey,
of there?
hey, hey, Billy, you in the background eating them little fancy glizzies in the background. I know you are.
But
But nah, but other than that, man, I got some teams that coming up that's basically saying that 10K not staying in Chicago. So
okay, do you know if any of the teams are looking to come compete for the 2K as well in D3, or are they all looking to
well,
come play for 10K?
um, nah, I know up in smoke. They definitely coming up. Um,
I know that you signed up for the 2K in the D3.
yeah, I'm signing up for the 2K, but it's not actually because we're going to Atlanta at the end of July. So I'm actually bringing like a DMV D3 All Star team up there to play for the 2K.
Okay, so you guys are going to have your D1 team, your real team play in the open for the 10K, and
Yeah,
then so you guys are trying to walk away with 12K. Is what you're trying to tell
yeah.
me. Are you guys doing fives at all, or only just eights?
I'm not sure if we're gonna do fives. I just started a 5-man team myself, so I'm not sure if we're doing five.
Okay. How about you guys, Manny, Lucci, captains over there? You guys going to be joining up in these tournaments for the 2K or the 10K? Which one are you guys leaning towards, or any at all?
Um, Realistically, we're thinking about joining up for that 2K, but I think that a lot of our guys are indifferent about joining the tournament right now, like coming up. But I don't know. We'll see. I think that we might even do like a little take some guys for with another team and come bring them with us, fill the
Like a
holes
little
that we
merger?
need. Exactly. Not really emerge because we just need to fill some holes. So we're gonna figure that all out.
Are you guys thinking about doing the Memorial Day one at all?
I
Since
haven't
that's
talked
in
to them
house.
about it yet. I have not talked about it.
How about you, Manny? What are you guys thinking?
I'll let Kareem talk about that one.
The plan is to do it, but not everything goes as planned, especially when the money comes.
Yeah.
No, all about collecting money, huh?
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel you on that.
I think everyone kind of knows about that. Money is just money. It takes time, effort. Everyone got to be on their stuff to come on in.
Well, there should be a lot of teams from Chicago in both, in the 10K and the 2K one. You kind of look at it as an opportunity for the guys to get into tournaments to kind of get ready for nationals as well. So there's no reason. Coach, how many tournaments are you guys doing this year? I know you said you have another tournament at the end of July, right? You have any other tournaments that you're doing this year before then?
For me, my team,
Yeah, you guys, yeah.
we plan on playing 8 tournaments.
Is it gonna?
8 tournaments this year before nationals?
Are you going
or
to?
Yeah,
including nationals?
That's before nationals.
Are you going to the ones in the series?
Yeah, I'm gonna support the ones in the series, like the Ohio State Finals.
That's
I'm
going
gonna
to be a
put
good
the
one.
I'm gonna put the same team I put in Chicago and Ohio State Finals because the week before that we in Philly Bowl. So I just want to support everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Then we got in June, like I said, we got Virginia Beach. Um, July, you got the 10K in Chicago. Then you turn around and you got the Atlanta tournament that I want to go support James Reese, who support us. So I'm gonna go support him. Then you got Philly Bowl, you got Ohio. Then we go to West Virginia in October. Then we got the Summer Championships in September. Then I'm helping June throw
Wait, which one's
Williams.
that?
The Summer Championships is in September in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yep. I know that one. That's the tournament that we are actually giving a bit away for at a Memorial Day tournament.
Yep.
So if you are coming to the Memorial Day tournament in state, out of state, and you want to go to that summer championships, you have a chance to win cash money plus the bid to go to that summer championships. So that's going to be a good one, man. They have a lot in store. I mean, as Jeff know, me and him are both a part of the series, and as directors, a part of it. I mean, what we have in store with that tournament series, it's just great. I mean, I'm a part of what I think 5 or 6 different tournaments, including 3 here in Chicago. So we have our foot. We're helping each other out, and I'm really hoping that we can share the love on the Chicago side as it is from the DC side, and you guys can enjoy the fun summer shy for that 10K on the turf fields too, which is nice. So that's going to be nice.
And y'all gonna miss a hell of a tournament next weekend.
Which one's that? Is that the Nova?
The Nova Classic. I got both of the D1 national champs. They're gonna be in the tournament. We got between me and June, we got 15 teams in the upper and 16 teams in the lower division, and we got 20 teams in 5-man.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about that. I mean, we already got we got 10 teams for the Open here alone that me and June were talking about. We got all of our top teams in Illinois, and then you got you guys, and then you got Raiders that said they're going to come up, Neighborhood Bullies, the Code. Then you got the Canes. You got a couple others that we're talking about. So I think the tournament side of things is going to be really interesting this summer to see where everyone kind of goes and plays. I mean, hey, people are going to come here to play the D2 champs and the D3 champs. And who knows? I heard that the world champs might make an appearance too. If anyone, that's Super Friends from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Trying to give them love where I can.
I swear, I don't. The only people I know that won over there was the Spartans and UT. I didn't know who won D3 over there.
Gotcha. Jeremy was in D3 over there with them. With 4TF was over there. We had Reapers. We had a couple of different teams. We had Next Level. So we had a couple of different teams in both pot. About who?
614 Reaper. I hear a lot about 614 Reapers.
No, not the 614. The regular Chicago Reapers.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's a different team.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of teams out there. Same name.
There's only one Dinos though.
Exactly. He got the old throwback jerseys. Bro, those got to be one of the best jerseys Rob made though. Those are so cool.
100%.
But we're gonna pivot from tournament talk real quick. Jeff, you're welcome to chime in if you got an opinion on things. I know you don't know too much about these teams, but let's talk about recapping week 3 Jeremy, you got the scores over there, right? Do you want to run
I
it
do
off for
too.
us?
Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the lower level
Yeah,
teams?
let's start with Rec. Let's start with the game of the week. We had Black Mambas and Menergy.
All right, that was. Let me get to that game. All right, I got it. All right, so Black Mamas came out with a 21-6 win over Menergy. Both teams were undefeated going into that game, and looks like Black Mamas put it to them. Menergy is, I guess, a solid team down there, and they're building, so this might just help them out. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt them. Next game after that was the Midwest Jokers and Primetime, and Midwest Jokers got their first win, and a big time win over Primetime, 26-6. So maybe this changed their season around here. See what they can do from here. And then the last game was Warriors Metal Militia. Do I have that right? It's 13-1.
Yeah, so Metal Militia actually scored on a extra point.
No.
So they ran it back 100 yards for 1 point. But you know what, Lucci, Lucci, I know we're laughing, but do you not remember those alpha male days when we used to do that shit too? I mean, it was just when you're in that moment, you want to score, no matter how far it is for 1 point, or if
Hey,
it's
well,
Out
listen,
of bounds. I am not running that full length.
they gotta do some scoring over there for Metal Militia, because 1 point ain't gonna cut it. And if you could run that back, see what you can really do, huh? So yeah, so those are those games. I think Black Mambas kind of put their foot on everyone's throat right now. They've had 3 good wins. They played each team. I think they run it back this week because there's only 6 teams. So let's see where the rest of this season goes for Rec. Who can kind of come out of there? But I really believe that Black Mamas has that right now.
yeah, I mean, like anything goes. I mean, Menergy, I don't know if you guys follow their Facebook page or not. They do a good job. Man, not sorry, Adrian. He said I look like Mike more and more every season. Jeff, you don't know Mike's the original owner of Northfield. You got the two
Okay.
things right. You got me, the short guy, and you got an Italian. So you already got 2 of it.
Okay.
I just got to lose my hair and go a little bit more bald, but that's all right. But here we're talking about. Let's talk about comp for a little bit. Let's switch gears real quick. But comp is definitely the one. Menergy follows the page. You follow their Facebook page. They let you know about their recap. They know they hit a hard one this week. They said it was a bounce back week for them. So I'm definitely interested to see where Menergy goes from there and how they switch it up after learning all those stuff.
Yeah, I believe that game. I would go right now. That game versus Midwest Jokers is probably the game of the week for Rec, because I think it's just that's my game of the week. I don't know what else to say. It's Rec. So
Midwest Jokers and Warriors, you're saying is the game of the week?
not Warriors. No, I thought they were playing. Sorry, who? Let me go back.
I would say Midwest Jokers and Warriors are the game of the week 100%.
Okay, yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, because
Cool.
Black Mamba's a Metal Militia game. I don't know how that's going to be. I know, Frank's going through some personal stuff. Rest in peace to his father. His father just passed away, so I don't know if they're going to have their full team or not.
Okay.
So, but
So
and I
we'll go
know
with that.
I would say Midwest Jokers and Warriors are going to be the game of the week. Let's talk about comp. I'm going to go over the comp scores with us real quick, and
Yes.
then you hit over Elite. So let's talk about the first one. We got Gremlins versus Earn Vision. You got 19-6 Gremlins, and then you got Brick Squad beating Earn Vision 18-7, putting Earn Vision at 0-5 for the start of their season. And then you got that Brotherhood Wild Boys game. Brotherhood came bounced back, winning 23-12. You got Dirty Birds coming into Melrose Park, dominating. They beating Old Times 8-0, and then they beat Ballers Association as well, 8-6, going 2-0 on week. So they had a big week there. And then you got Senators losing to Wild Boys 12-0. And then you got Run It Back beating BA as well, 8-0. And then you had the game of the week, Death Row versus Run It Back, with Death Row winning 8-6.
The game that Jerry said, Run It Back was going to beat us. We beat them.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm on here is so I can tell Jerry, you predicted wrong.
Okay, well, you're 3-0. Relax there, okay? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the well, no, I'm not gonna lie. That was, I mean, I didn't pick it, but that wasn't my surprise. My surprise of the day was Dirty Birds going 2-0 on the day. I didn't expect that. But yeah, you guys played a hell of a game, and I thought running back was going to be one of the better teams. But this is why I like comp. This is the exact reason why I can sit here and say that comp is probably my favorite level right now to watch because there's so many teams. I did not think that you guys were going to beat running back, and you did. You're 3-0, and you're sitting at top of the list right now. BA went 0-2 this week, which kind of puts them back. And you have Dinos that had a bye, Dirty Birds who had 2 wins, and running back who was 1-1. There's so many ways that we could go here throughout the year, but I really can't wait to see where it's going to go because there are a bunch of good teams. So
Yeah,
hats
really
off to you. That was a good win.
I definitely think 1 through 8, the seating is going to be very close.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very, very close this year, and I think it's going to come down to the head-to-heads, and I think it's going to come down to the point differential because you do not know who's winning comp right now. So I mean, it's up for grabs. I mean, death row, you got a lot of holding on to do if you're trying to keep that number 1 seed because you got ball hawks behind you, and everyone only has pretty much 1 win that's in that. You got gremlins that are 3-1, running back that's 3-1, dirty birds that are 2-1, old times. You don't know what you're gonna get from there. So those are 2-1. You got brotherhood who's doing great things. You got dinosaurs who, let's talk about Lucci real quick. And your guys transition from TFL to Northfield. I know you guys been playing in Northfield, with teams. You guys been in the league. You played with me personally. How do you guys feel as a team adapting from the TFL style coming back into Northfield? Because I know it's a little bit different, but not much.
It's like this. Like honestly, I'm a firm believer in any given Sunday. Anyone could win on any Sunday, and I think there's TFL teams that come in Northfield comp and win. So I don't think there's that big of a difference besides like structure and all that. But I think that our biggest challenge is going to be like just honestly beating ourselves, making mistakes. That's what it always comes down to is making mistakes and beating ourselves. Because I could tell you firmly, like what I believe is we shouldn't have lost the game that we played. So
I guess run it back.
mm-hmm.
Right. Like I said, you say any given Sunday, and I agree with you, especially in comp right now.
Yeah.
You guys, who do you guys play this week?
Gremlins.
So you play okay. So Gremlins, we were just talking about this before we got on. That's a team that I don't know much about, but they're kind of making some noise right here.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I probably would say this game is probably the game of the week. My would be my game of the week, only because you have 2 teams coming up, right? And you guys are they're sitting at 3-1. You guys are 1-1 right now, so that could be a really good matchup.
Yeah, I got a good feeling about it. I've honestly personally never seen the Gremlins play, so I'm gonna go back, watch some film before this game, talk it up with the team and stuff. So
yeah,
I'll be there watching, buddy. We gotta buy.
You gotta buy. So you're sitting pretty for another week, huh?
Yeah.
Tell Roy this ain't a jersey. This is a sweatshirt. Some bread addicts Ballers Association should get.
I like a little throwback there, but no, I definitely agree.
You got to speak on them. What do you guys think? Do you guys these suspensions that came up out of the teams that the suspensions happened to? It hurts BA out of all the teams. They're going to get their guys back by the end of the season, so they're going to be a different team. Do you guys feel that this is kind of hurting them, though, not to kind of gel for these couple weeks with everybody? In the long run, when it comes down to playoff times, they're going to be a little bit more healthier because they haven't played, but at the same time, they're not going to have played so many games together.
They're going to sit at the bottom of the bracket and have to play basically like the gauntlet. They're going to have to play from early in the morning if they don't keep getting wins.
That's true. How many teams make the playoffs?
All 12. So you got playoffs. That's why playoffs are 2 days. You got you're going to have one side of the bracket at Olympic Park on 6-4, and then you got the other side of the bracket at Glenbar North on 6-4, and then you got Championship Sunday on 6-11 for comp, just due to the amount of teams and how we had to extend the season a little bit due to my goofy draft order. Um, so we kind of had to stretch that out a little bit, but I definitely think the outcome of it all is going to be interesting. I definitely think BA is, depending on their attitude and when they come back, I think they'll be okay. I think it's going to be very competitive, but I do agree that they could potentially end up in the bottom seating if they don't figure it out with the key missing people that they have. I do agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, we've gone out there
think-
with 8 guys before. It just depends on if you can click.
I think it could be affecting them like later in the season, but like Roy just said, literally since they've been together for so long, all been together for a long time. They already have that. That's how it is with me and my guys. Our team is literally a bunch of guys that we grew up with. So we got that chemistry from when we were back in the day. But you still got to put the pieces together in order to
Well,
win.
absolutely. I mean, you're missing key pieces. I understand that they've been playing since high school. It's true, but their wins this year hasn't been blowout.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what he's saying. I know who BA is. I know that they all been playing. They're still in a comp that's a competitive comp.
Yeah,
you have
100%.
teams. I like I said later on, you have these teams playing all season together, getting better, learning each other. Like you said, you've been playing together, but you didn't just come in here and was like, "Oh, I'm going to run everybody because we've been together." I mean, you guys went against Run It Back, who's been playing together as well.
Yeah.
Death Row has a bunch of people. Brotherhood, they've been playing together for a while too. So you have a bunch of teams that are very good in that aspect. I just don't know exactly how they're going to come back from this. Yeah, they got their whole team eventually by the end of the year. But like you said, with seeding, where they plan, do they have to go and run against good teams, or are they going to have to, have an easy way? So we'll see in the end what happens.
Ooh, K-Max saying old times winning comp.
Yeah, he told me Old Times was going to do something, and then they just got whooped, didn't they?
Yeah, but they won 2 games prior to that. So I think it depends on, like how Luigi said, any given Sunday. You never know what team's going to come out. They might have a bad day. They might got too drunk the night before. You never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Injuries.
They got beat. Yeah, see, I picked Old Times because of K-Mac, and they got beat 18-0 by Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds were rolling on Sunday. They were moving. So
Right, Dirty Birds is another good team. I mean, is that a team that people are going to sleep on?
Yeah.
I know I did.
I 100% think so. I mean, even looking at this one, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, comp is gonna be a lot of eyes on comp. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the true challenge. I mean, you got 12 teams. It's gonna be a battle to the finish, and I think after the Easter break, once we get to that point, we're really gonna get an idea of what teams are gonna take the charge in the beginning. If not, we're going to see a very close finish, and those games are going to count, and they're going to get chippy, and they're going to get crazy. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just those tight games towards the end of the season. I don't know about you guys, but I really think it's going to be a photo finish to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I think from what I've seen so far, I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch this season.
But let's talk about the elite final scores from week 3, and then we'll get into the rest of the show today. What do you got, Jerry?
All right, so we had Silent Assassins getting their first win against Next Level, 8-6. That was kind of a close game for Silent Assassins. I think they pulled it off right at the end there, and they got the 2-point conversion to put them over the top. So good to see Silent Assassins get their first win. Let's see where they build from here. They do have a tough schedule in the beginning, so we'll see how they come out. Next game after that was Vanilla Gorillas and Throw It Up, which was actually a really good game. Throw It Up came out there and had a game plan of how they were going to try to attack Vanilla Gorillas' offense and defense. And they kind of did a good job on defense, holding Vanilla Gorillas to only 14 points. That's a high-powered offense. So that was actually a fun game to watch. After that, we had Windy City Hammer versus New Wave. Definitely the game of the day. New Wave jumped out early, interception, scored right away. not on the interception, but they scored a little. I think 2 plays later, they kind of looked like they were blowing them out. It was going to be a blowout, but then Deshaun actually got a pick 6, put them right back in the game, and then Tap did Tap things and made New Wave's defense look silly on that last run. Scored right before, and then they botched the snap. So that could have been a tie game going into overtime, which would have been fucking awesome to watch. That was, like I said, that was a great game. That was I thought it was a blowout, then it was a comeback, and I thought it was going to overtime, and then they didn't. So,
if I'm not mistaken, that was the game that for the onside rule, he tipped it before the 20 and it landed right before. That was a great IQ right there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't actually go back and see that. I didn't even see how close that was, but yeah, definitely a good call by Cozy to knock it down right there before the 20, which again still would have been a good ending. But then that was the final game that we had, because of the next game after that was I'm sorry, that wasn't the final game. That was the game when that New Wave and Phantoms game was postponed.
Yeah, that's currently going to be ranked as a tie. I know a lot of people were asking about that, so both teams agree that it's going to be a tie. We ended in a medical emergency. Prayers to the Dev and his rehabbing, and hope he has a healthy recovery. And so they agreed in a tie. If need be, if it comes down to the standings with the point differential and everything, we will be resuming that game. Need be.
But I think you're going to need it.
I mean, so we'll see how it goes. If it needs to be resumed, it's going to be resumed at the end of the year. If it's not, it's just going to be left as a tie, and both teams agreed to that. So, I mean, it was just a simple solution in an unfortunate situation. And then we had the Reapers versus Phantoms,
which was another good game. It was 17-12.
And Ty played quarterback. So that was the mystery of the week.
He knew it last week, and he I think he kind of broke it that he was going to be it anyways. But yeah, that was actually a good game. A lot closer. The 17-12 final. I thought Reapers were going to kind of have some kind of rhythm going in the second half because they scored, and Phantoms went down the field and scored, I think, with like 57 seconds right before half. So that kind of, they just played with the lead since then. So that was actually still a good game. Reapers are playing hard. They're still trying to chase their first win, and I believe that they are better than their record shows. So we'll see, man. We'll see how this week goes.
I mean, we're talking about Reapers' losses this year. I mean, it was to you guys 8-0, right? And then you had Hammer, which was 9-0, and then they just lost 17-12. So they're in this. So I think they might be a sleeper team in the elite this year, where they might, make that cutoff or that playoffs, and they might make a run for everyone's money. I definitely think that.
I believe they'll give it a shot.
I think it's going to be a good game with TIU and Reapers, though, this week.
And I don't mean to cut y'all off real quick. I got to head back out. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Yeah,
I appreciate you coming on, Manny. Go repo some people.
Jeremy, I still don't like you, respectfully.
Respectfully? Fuck you, too.
I'll see you guys Sunday.
Peace out.
All right, let's get Manny out of here so he's not looking. There you go. All right, so I definitely think that's going to be the game of the week, though. I think
I like Reapers. Reapers is a good team. They've been around for a long time, and not the Reapers been around for a long time, but their players have been around for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
they are. They're a good squad. Like I said, a good bunch of guys, and they are definitely a lot better than their record. 0-3. They just had a lot of tough games. So
any game up in elite is tough, though.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I believe that TIU and Reapers are probably the game of the week.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I getting carried away with? I want to know.
I don't know.
But I definitely think that's the game of the week. Reapers versus TIU. Definitely game of the week. I think we got 4TF and Legion of Lawndale in the first game of the day. And you got New Wave versus Next Level. I got Silent Assassins versus Phantoms. And I got TIU versus Phantoms, and then I got Reapers versus TIU. So I definitely think that's going to be some stuff.
Yeah, TIU's got a double header, and they got Phantoms first. Yeah, and then you said Reapers, and It's gonna be a fun game. I know there's been a lot of back and forth between those two teams on this last week or the last couple of days. So let's see what happens. Get the security ready. No, I'm joking. We're done with all that.
Hey, Reem, you there? They think you fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Well, shit, now that Manny's off, he can talk.
Yeah, I see they going crazy in the comments.
Yeah, the comments are my favorite place to watch during this live stream.
Hey,
These guys
how
be
many
wild.
teams? How many teams do y'all have in y'all league total?
So
In Elite, we have 10.
in the
Huh?
league total, as of right now, we're at 28 teams for this season. We did a cap out at 30 due to some fields that we have some fields going under renovation, but we average anywhere from about I would say 26 to about 35, 36 teams depending on the season. Fall season is usually the bigger one. How about you?
We got 30 teams with shit. We do an upper and a lower division. We don't do 3 divisions. We just do upper and lower. So most of our better D3 teams, they play in the open division.
Okay, so you guys do 15 and 15?
No, we got 18 in the upper and 12 in the lower.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
So everybody's not gonna play each other. So you got, I think our team list is crazy this spring. Like you got the Disciples, you have NWO, you got AU, you got the Code. Shit, who else? You got Team Five, you got ASAP, Built for Prime. They don't normally come to UFFL, but they play good football. Um, Shit, who else? You got the Bengals, SF, Savage and Furious.
That's
So
a
you
lot of
got
good teams.
yeah. So every week is like a movie in the damn league. Every week is like a movie, and we don't start until the second. But most of the teams in the tournament. So and you got the Spartans. Then you got UT Savages. So it's
Oh,
a
you
hell
guys
of a
got a
list.
lineup there. Sounds like a tournament.
Yeah, and that's what we try to build down here. So we try to make every league. You know what I'm saying? Every week is like a tournament.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is that like we got Northfield, and then we got we got TFL. So and then certain teams don't want to play certain teams. So I think a lot of the comp is a prime example of how Chicago's starting to build towards what you guys are kind of
Mhm.
at. I still think that we had some some walls to break down that we're trying to get to that point. But that's where we hope to be as a league, and Chicago just in general. If it's not with Northfield, it's whoever. You know what I mean? So I think we hope to have those teams like how you guys have soon. Dom said, "Don't mention TFL in this live, bro." Let's be real. TFL is a league in Chicago. Teams go there, they play. If they want to go to Northfield, they go to Northfield. If they go back, they go back. We won't have a comp like that. Yeah, we never say never. I mean, Jeff, did you guys start with all those teams right away, or did you guys build to it?
I mean, we build to it, but we always average a good 15, 16 teams in the upper and about a good. We actually had more teams in the lower divisions than we did in the upper. But now it's swapped. It's swapped, which is good. You know what I mean? But
We've been trying to tell Dom to leave these lower teams alone so they would join, but he won't. So
you said Dom.
fucking new wave.
It's always new wave. Yo. It's always Dom. That's my guy. That's my guy.
He keeps running these teams away. He keeps making fun of them.
Yeah, I
They
fuck
don't
with.
want to see him.
We done had Dom on the live on Instagram, yo, fucking with Dom. Dom is funny as shit, bro. That's my man right there, bro. Nah. By far, though, I think Chicago is they making a push. It seems like those old SI days when they had SI and Windy City. You know what I mean? They had those upper echelon dominant teams. Like it seemed like they're trying to make that comeback to get there.
Yeah, the problem that a lot of the Chicago teams are having is a lot of people want to leave teams to go to other teams, build a
Yeah,
different team. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go through the fire. They don't like losing that much. So why stay here and build Well, I can go to another team. That's exactly how it is, I think, over here. Nope, and that's not no shade against all these people that want to join other teams. That's fine. I just believe that's why the competition is not there. You have teams who literally will leave a team instead of join and try to make their team better.
That happens, but that happens in our area too. You know what I'm saying? It happens in our area
Yeah.
more than it probably happen in y'all area. I'm
You
pretty
guys,
sure y'all go
you
to.
guys have a lot of good teams. Like I said, we have some up and coming teams. We have good teams. But like I said, not a lot of them are traveling. Like the teams that you named, a bunch of those guys travel, right?
Yeah.
I
So
can
and see, but that's what I try to get people to understand. Like even with like New Wave, I felt like New Wave didn't start winning until they started traveling.
absolutely.
So if you get stuck at home, then just get used to winning at home and not winning nowhere else because you're
Yeah.
not playing anybody. You
Yeah.
got to travel, and I'm not gloating on my area, but if you think about the last couple national championships, DC has took home so much, and nobody travels to DC to play them in a
Right.
tournament, and it's just like, how do you expect to get better if you don't play the Mecca? It don't make sense.
No,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. We've been saying that for a long time. You got to travel. You got to see these other teams. You have to see different styles, different teams that you have no idea who they are and they don't know who you are. Just the only way to make you better.
The Phantoms got better. It was no doubt in my mind that when the Phantoms lost to Up the Smoke, that the following year they was gonna win that shit.
Yeah. That team learned a lot that going against Up and Smoke.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it was just like for them to experience that, it was crazy. Like and then for them to compete this year, like neighborhood bullies gave them a run for their money. Like don't get it twisted. Like they're a hell of a team too. You know what I'm saying? It's just Phantoms found a way to win the game.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, like Phantoms are one of the scariest teams to play right now.
Oh yeah. That offense is something that's scary. That defense is strong too.
Yeah.
Out in DC, you said you guys got two levels, right? Upper level and then lower level.
Yeah.
So do you like in Chicago? What I feel like is the upper level teams hate on the lower level teams, but it's not really. It's like, and then like the lower level teams get scared of that shit and go
Mm-hmm.
to PFL or something.
Dom.
It's like, no, not even just Dom. I'm not even just saying like all the upper level dudes, bro. They all think they're the tough shit, and it's like,
Yeah. But
oh, you guys
see,
playing NFE, but it's like, how do you expect the lower level teams to get better when y'all just keep bagging on them, and you just saying like, I don't know.
I mean, to be honest with you, like down in this area, we big for talking shit. Like we talk shit on
Yeah,
top of shit. I know Chicago talk shit,
yeah,
but the youngest down here take that shit and they like, yo, we trying to play you motherfuckers. Like
yeah.
y'all talking all that shit. Let's
I
play.
see. Yeah,
And it'd be
exactly.
like a more
Ah,
Oh no.
middle sentence.
it'd be like
Oh,
my fucking daughter calling me. But a
no,
moral
you're good.
victory
You're good.
for a couple teams down here. A moral victory for teams down here would be like competing with those teams. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
actually, like I played the code with Team Five in the playoffs, and we went into overtime and lost by 1 point. Like that shit helped us out, like get better. Like
Yeah,
I
straight
wouldn't
up.
have got no better if I played in the lower division and lost to a team that I know that's not that good. I didn't learn shit. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather get my ass whooped no home by a fucking better team. At least I'm learning something. Losing to a team I know I should beat the shit out of.
Yeah, literally,
Yep.
literally
You know what I'm saying?
makes a hell of a point, straight up.
So pretty much what you're saying is that take it out on the field, right? Instead
Yeah,
of getting your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And let them talk shit.
bro.
Don't back
Listen.
off because they're talking
yeah,
shit. Actually
exactly,
want to
straight
play
up.
them.
Let me explain something to you. I got one of the inside safeties on my team where everybody talk about him. But you talk shit about him because he a bigger dude. But if you seen him in nationals, if you're a center and you catch a curl, he gonna fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna get that. It's gonna be clean. He gonna pull your flag and everything, but he gonna fuck you up, and you gonna know he was there, and you gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker not playing. You know what I mean? So we run the football, we do all that shit. Like it is what it is. Like I don't give a fuck who you are, what you do, what you did past years. You on this field with me right now. I'm about to see where you at.
100%. I
I think
agree
it's a
with
great
you
way
guys.
to put it.
Exactly.
I mean,
If
he
you want
said
to be the if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. You got to practice like the best. You know.
Exactly, bro. Our practices are more lit than our games. In practice, oh, we talk cash shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If you not willing to play up, you gotta listen. What I tell people is, I'm not saying play up in the tournament, but in your league, at least play up, at least spring or the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the springtime, maybe playing your division, but in the fall, you getting ready to go to nationals. You might want to play up. That way, you can play better competition and prepare you.
That's your practice right there.
That's your fucking practice.
You're practicing for national.
Right. And that, you know, the funny thing is they're always like, well, we don't want to lose money, but there's only one winner in each division. So you join comp, you join the league, you're losing money if you don't win it
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
Let me ask you a question. How much money, and this is what I tell my team, how much fucking money do you think you making? After paying for the league and paying ref fees every week, how much fucking money do you think?
Yeah, straight up.
well, the league and ref fees are
Nothing.
combined.
Well, see, ours is not.
Oh damn.
So we pay ref fees every game. So how much is y'all league?
So each division is a different price point, but that's also because we have to
Okay.
rent the fields.
Got
So
you.
elite is $16.50 and a cash prize of $3,000.
See, okay, so our league is $485, ref fees are $55 a game.
Jesus.
And that's a 10-game season. So even if you make the max money in the shit, how much money did you actually take home? Because you're gonna take that money and spend it right back with me anyway, so it don't fucking matter.
Exactly. It's not like you're gonna be making that money.
Now, do you guys?
Giuseppe, you know, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. You're absolutely right. It used to be like peanuts. I think you'd pay the league fee and you win a league fee. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Now Giuseppe has made it to where the upper teams, the elite, they take home a nice little chunk, not just their league fee. So it's kind of he's actually made it worth it to kind of play up too. Like shit happens, man.
Oh yeah, you talk about rec. Rec is $12.50 to play. You win rec, you get your money back. I mean, that's it. And then you got the live stream, you got all the extra stuff. So I mean, if you're looking at a 10-game season at $55, well, you're spending like $550 on just on ref fees. And you said your league was like 4 something, and that doesn't include like playoffs, right?
No, I mean the you still pay ref fees in the playoffs up until the semifinals.
So pretty much you're paying almost the same, just in a different. We just do it. We just take care of it so that we don't have to worry about our team showing up to pay the rest on Sundays.
Yep.
That's pretty
So
much
your
what it
league,
is.
so your league is. So let me ask you a question then. You set up a payment plan for them to pay that money, or do they
I'll
pay
do
it
it at the
right
beginning.
So they pay you $1,000 some at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
You wouldn't have a league in our area if you had to pay that.
Bro, there's a lot of teams that fold because of that. That's actually one of the main things that I think Chicago teams have so much trouble doing. We have to get sponsors, some teams and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right. Collecting the money is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, and I like that idea because I even presented it like, yo, let's do it like this, and just let them know ref fees is included. I presented that shit to a couple of teams. They like, yo, I'm not paying that shit. I'm like, you know
Right,
what?
but
You're
that's
going
crazy.
to pay it, but you're just not paying it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the way we do it is we do it so we can, because we do all the extra stuff on top of it. I mean, we got teams that are going to buy jerseys. You got the video stuff going on in the back. So we have them pay in advance because here's the thing: you don't pay in advance, bro. What if you don't pay 1 week and we got to kick you? So it just prevents teams from having folding. Honestly, that's the reason why.
Dad, you're right. Dad said we can't get grown men to buy jerseys sometimes, let alone pay some shit every game.
Bro, I made I made a post yesterday, and I said, yo, we check, liquor check, team dues. I'm gonna get it to you next week. I swear to fucking God, the hardest thing in flag football is to get $25 from a man. I swear to God.
Yes, it is, bro.
I don't give a fuck about what's going on, or what you doing. They could be your friend or whatever, bro. They gonna owe that $25. Then that shit gonna double. Then it's gonna triple. And then he could be the best player on your team, but on this team, I don't give a fuck who you are. You gonna sit your ass on this bench and say you pay this
Yeah, you
fucking
getting
money.
kicked out the chat.
Yeah.
For real.
I ain't got no sponsors. That shit come out of pocket.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean we've had teams in the past that are going to be paid. Sometimes we do help out with people if like X, Y, and Z is going on with sponsorships, but for the most part, you got to pay your team fees up front, or else you're just not going to be playing in our league. And that's just the way we roll with it. I mean, you can go somewhere else, but here's the thing. I mean, everywhere you go in Chicago, that's the way it works. I mean,
No, I mean,
that
and I
just
think
just
that's
our
the hell
area.
idea.
That's because we have to pay the venues up front too. So I mean, our
Okay.
venues are what Melrose Park alone, Jeremy. I think I told you what we gave them a $10,000 check. So I mean, that just shows you like our venues are pricey. So we hope to get to that point. I mean, if we owned our own venue, it would be a lot easier to do that style. I'll say that. Maybe we'll get more teams.
Man, you could take 10,000 and build your own shit.
Shit, you start offering refs $55 like they do, you'll get more refs over here too.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Yeah, we don't
you
charge
got,
our refs $55 per game. They make $30 per game.
no, I'm saying
No wonder they suck.
we charge 55 per team. So the ref split that money. It
Oh, how
ain't
many
that
refs you guys got?
3.
Okay,
3
so
per
they're
game.
still getting paid pretty much the
That's the
same.
same amount.
Yeah, they getting paid pretty much the same. It's just they splitting the money between the 3 people. That's all.
Yeah, it's the same.
So 55. So the refs for the refs are 55 a game,
Yeah, and you pay that before the game start.
and that's both teams.
Both teams.
So you pay 55, they pay 55.
So what happens when teams don't pay their ref fee? Do you guys just cancel the game?
They forfeit.
See, that
Oh,
would piss
shit.
a lot of people off here.
You
People
have
It
that
no
don't
show up.
piss.
forfeits.
Listen, it don't piss me off because you're not gonna get it because people know they gotta pay their ref fees. Now
That's
you
true.
might have a team that's having a hard time with money, and they come to you like, "Yo, I'm fucked up," and I might come out my pocket like, "Yo, I got your ref fee this game, but I need this money back."
Yeah.
So I done had people who maybe they don't want the league, and I'm like, "Yo, you owe me for 3 games of ref fees." Fuck, like I'm gonna take it out of this fucking fee
And
or
you're a lot
whatever. You
nicer
know what
guy
I'm
than I
saying?
am.
But no, you make it work, bro. Like it's a hard time. Like I get it, and I understand what y'all saying. Y'all got to pay for the venue up front. Shit, we got to do the same. But we pay for it up front, and we don't got turf. We don't have too many turf fields down here. We do grass, so it's not as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we play actually on turf, so it is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be nicer come July too. I can't wait for fall. It's gonna be brand new turf in Melrose. So they're
At the
putting new
turn,
ones there. Yeah, they're
so
redoing our complex.
the Olympics joint, right? Olympics.
No, Olympic Park. They just actually redid that. They just redid all those turf fields this past July. That just passed, and then we're having Bensonville. They're redoing their turf there, and then they're redoing our turf at Melrose Park as well. So we're gonna have two facilities that are getting brand new turf put on, which is nice.
All right. Hey, if it's anybody from the fandoms in the comments, it was a message that I was told to pass to y'all from Up in Smoke. They said your big brothers will be in Chicago to steal that money.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh.
They said they will be in Chicago to steal that money.
Nice.
So
Icon. We did talk predictions.
No, we didn't talk for the games for this week. We did not. He's right. We didn't go over the games and who we thought were gonna win. So if you guys want, for the last couple of minutes we have here, let's go over this list of teams and games this week and see who you guys have. How about that?
Let's get it. Let's do speed round. All right.
All right, we'll start with the lower levels. Coach, I know you don't know some of these teams, so if you want to just call out a name, you can call out a name, whichever one you want. We're going to go with the lower level, the rec. We have Primetime versus Menergy. I'm going to go with Menergy this week.
I agree.
I think Menergy as well.
I'm gonna take prime time.
Oh, what is prime time? Or we don't got a lot of time. We don't got to talk about it. Go ahead.
Primetime hasn't. They're working on it this season. So
Coach, who you got? Primetime or Menergy?
I'm gonna go with prime time because that's a team from my area named that and they good. So I'm fucking go with prime time.
Next game is the game of the week for Rec. It's Warriors versus Midwest Jokers. I'm gonna go Midwest Jokers. I think they capitalized on that win they just got last week.
Jokers play like they played last week. I got Jokers.
Yeah, they put up a lot of points last week, so I think the Jokers. I remember watching the Warriors a few times, but I think the Jokers.
I'm gonna take the Jokers too. Hey, do y'all live stream the games so
We
I
do.
can see it?
Yeah, we have some of the games.
I gotta see some of these teams, bro. Because I only get to see the teams that come to nationals.
No scouting.
Yeah.
No scouting.
This is the Rec team too, so this one.
Yeah.
So we have we have multiple portions. We go live on Facebook for the main page at One Field. We go live on our Channel 2 page for the rec games, and then we go live on Game Changer as well.
You gotta send me all the links. Just send me the links.
It's too many links.
Just send it to them. Last game of the Rec is Black Mambas and Metal Militia. I think I'm gonna go with Black Mambas. They've already played one time this year, and Black Mambas beat them. So I think I'm gonna go with a double dip for them.
Take Black Mamas as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Black Mambas too.
I'm gonna go with Black Mamba because we just retired the Black Mambas women team in DC.
Oh, nice. And then is all the games at Melrose for comp this week, Giuseppe, or what?
Yeah, we don't got Olympic Park this week. They got a tournament now over there.
Okay, so the only games that are playing are the only games for comp this week. So, all right. So at Melrose Park, we have Northfield Elite and Comp in here. So I'll let you know exactly where they're at. So the first game of the day is LOL versus 4TF. That's the Elite game. I'm definitely going 4TF. I just think we roll them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
4TF by 20.
Yeah.
Damn. Y'all need to
LOL's
start a parlay of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Y'all got betting in Chicago? Y'all need to parlay for y'all.
Yeah. And then next game after that, we got a New Wave versus Next Level. Next Level still looking for a win, and New Wave is coming off of a good game against Hammer. So I'm gonna actually go with New Wave. I think they just Next Level maybe next week.
Yeah, I'm with New Wave on that one too.
New Wave with the slaughter rule.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh, he added the slaughter rule to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely take the slaughter rule too. Whatever that is, 30-0.
Depends on what part of the game you're at.
All right, and then the game after that I think is the game of the week for comp.
100%.
We have
Gremlins
versus Dinosaurs. I don't know who Gremlins are, so I'm gonna go Dinos because I do know who they are, and I believe they want to get a W, especially after losing last week.
Yes, sir. Dinos all the way.
Dinos an easy one.
Dino.
I'm gonna take Dinos because my man on here with me. I don't want to go out.
There you go.
Nice. And then so Gremlins actually have a double header right after that. They have Brick Squad. Brick Squad. They're 1-3. Don't really know much about them. Gremlins are 3-1, even though I have them losing to Dinos. I think they're gonna pick up a win against Brick Squad.
Yeah, I got Gremlins over Brick Squad. I got them coming out mad after we beat them.
Yeah, I think that'll be a closer one, but I got Gremlins as well.
Gremlins gonna be 4-2.
All right. And then after that, Brick Squad also has a double header. They're going against Brotherhood. We have Brotherhood versus Brick Squad. I'm going to take Brotherhood. I believe Brotherhood has a really good team. They've been building that over there, and like I said, I just think Brick Squad is going to have trouble.
So, Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood.
I'm gonna take Brotherhood. I actually played Brotherhood before, so I'm gonna take Brotherhood.
They got a decent squad over there.
Yeah, they do. They're building. So again, they have double header. They're going against right after that. They have Brotherhood versus Senators, right? Correct. Again, another team that I'm not too really sure on who they are. So I'm gonna go Brotherhood with 2-0 on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, brotherhood 2-0.
Senators always been around, but
Yeah, I believe that they. I mean, I've heard of their team before, but I'm not exactly sure who's on there. But they've been around for a little bit.
Depends on which
they wear
Senators
those.
team
They
shows
wear
up.
those real. They used to wear those real football jerseys.
They still
The
do.
gray one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
And then we got SA and Phantoms.
and that's again that was all for comp. Now we get back into NFE. Yeah, so we have Silent Assassins versus Phantoms. I believe again it's a rough couple games for Silent Assassins. I'm gonna go with Phantoms that game.
Yeah, Phantoms for sure.
Do we know if Ty's playing quarterback again?
Padron's
Even
back,
if
I
he is,
believe.
we're still gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe
either way,
they do have Padron back this week. I could be wrong, but even though Ty Padron, who doesn't matter, I say they come out on top. I believe it's going to be a good game though.
Yeah.
And then after that, Phantoms goes in their doubleheader. They have TIU, which I believe will be a good game, but I do have Phantoms on top. I just believe there's too much firepower over there for TIU to stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phantoms.
I agree.
I agree.
And then the last game of the day, which we say is the NFE's play game of the week, we have TIU versus Reapers. This game, I think, is going to be the funnest game of the day. I actually will have Reapers coming out on top. I believe they get their first win here. They've been in Elite last season or in the fall. They played against some of the teams. They've beaten some of the teams, and I believe they are hungry to get their first win. So I believe they take it out on TIU.
Yeah, 100%. I see Reapers taking that one. TIU's a good team, but you know.
Yeah, Reapers by a touchdown.
I'm gonna go with y'all.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes this episode of the Comish Podcast. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget, registration is now open for Memorial Day Classic and the Midwest Elite Showdown for that $10,000. Go to our website, www.northfieldfootball.com, to register your team today. Deposits are accepted there. You can send them to Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. So let me know if you want to get in, register your team. As well as we do got a couple other things going on. So keep an eye out for more information, more podcasts, and we'll see everyone Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Luch. Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Coach Jeff. As always, thank you, Jeremy, for coming on tonight. I appreciate everyone, and we'll talk to you guys again next week.
Good luck to Team 5 down in your league and your tournaments, guys.
Yeah, good luck through the season.
Yes, sir.
No, I appreciate